All right. So we've got. I'm not seeking with anyone. It's all me. I'm all by my lonesome. I'll finish this tournament the way I started it. And we've got Scotch and Soda playing as the allies. They're double Brits in the south of Eindhoven, and they are up against double Wehrmacht in the north. This is the allies' enjoyers. So hopefully they have some fun here, playing as the Axis. And let's see what they do here. Got a Ketten and then double pile, so I definitely like this. I think double Ketten's pretty rough sometimes, you know, and the kind of low on combat units, so good choices here. Gren's coming out for both players. And Aussies from Yanko. And Indian already picked for Scotch, so with the Dingo coming out, I think we might see another double Dingo into multiple Gurkha. Ruben, meanwhile, has picked Assault Grenadiers. He's got MP40s already unlocked. And Hulk Smash has yet to pick a battle group. Both teams capping their side of the map, but the Dingo coming out means we're going to see some combat pretty soon. I expect the Dingo to try to hunt down whatever it can find. And straight for the Ketten. Well, the Ketten's pretty fast, so if it's not hurt, yeah, Dingo gonna have a hard time. Playing with fire here. The Dingo's here on the flank. He could easily come in and chase this. We've seen this happen a lot this tournament. Ketten's getting too overeager, but this time it might be the Dingo too overeager. Picks off without too much damage. And only one VP capped so far. Are we easily going to win this fight against the Pios? And we do end up with double Dingo for Scotch and Yanko with a singular Dingo. Being annoying with the Aussies hiding behind this cover here. Forcing the MG back. So really nice early pressure from the Allies, which we've been seeing a lot of today. It's been tough for the Axis to hang on with all these Dingoes on the map. This one's going to just get fixed up here. With the Dingo backing up, these Aussies feel strong enough to take on both Grenadier squads. Support is coming in, though, in the form of an MG and more Grens, so they'll get sent home. We'll see if they lose any models in retreat. Yeah, a couple go down. Still pressure on all fronts here. And most of the neutral territory capped up here. Germans with only their natural points under control right now. Tier 2 coming up already for Scotch. Building a mortar. I guess because he didn't have the fuel for a Humber right away. Guy's got his binoculars out. He's checking the scene. Saying, what's going on over here? Not much is the answer.
Sector overrun. The enemy has it.
Those nice lighting effects there.
Water tube and crew are available.
This engine looks pretty good at max. Wehrmacht players do secure mid, so that feels good. But meanwhile, they're losing. It's 5 million outside of their base. Check on tech here. So thank you so much, Ruby. Building your tier 2 forward, or tier 3. Tier 3. Everybody auto builds it in base, and on this map in particular, it takes so long to come out, so really like seeing this, leaving the MG open too, so nice positioning there. Hulks is at least out of the way, so that's nice. Looks like he might have canceled it because it was in front of his base.
Victory point is in enemy hands. The shall know fear.
Already called
We're
in.
losing a munitions
MG
point
so
to
far,
enemy
standing
action.
firm. Not going to be chased off by mere base howitzer.
Dingo recon vehicle has been destroyed.
On-map mortar will do it. Look at the blood everywhere. Ouch.
We've lost a sector to the enemy.
MG42 saying, if no Grens are going to flank this, maybe I'll do it myself. Looks like he might be moving in
Enemy
there.
ground forces have claimed a sector.
Ari makes a narrow escape. Meanwhile, on this side, Dingo getting fixed up again. And some nice AoE healing going on. This is, Ruby is from China. Hulk Smash is from North America. He's from America. Drink Scotch is from, I believe, France. And Yanko is from Poland. So we've got, I believe these two teams are both of the two most diverse teams in the tournament, I'm pretty sure. Four nations represented. Got a Humber out now for
Infantry are standing by to
Yanko.
deploy.
Nothing yet from the tier 2 from Scotch. It does make a difference where you place buildings. So walk travel time matters. If you build this building here, you know, it takes 10 or 15 seconds to walk compared to if you place it here. If you build it in front of your HQ like this, units when they retreat have to run around it, and they have to run around it when they leave. So yeah, it does make a difference. You can also build a wall so that like it's hard for units to come into your base. A lot of little things that the building placement affects. This guy needs healing. No heals yet. I guess with triple dingo, you know, you can kind of get a lot of heals. Nice sweeping here on the field, but no in-base heals yet. Things getting a little quiet here. And once again, the mid VP stays contested, so very high VP count still 7 minutes in. A lot of fighting over that mid VP. But both side VPs are, well, I spoke too soon. Got a intrepid pioneer who's going to sweep this mine and get right on capping this this toll booth point here. Row that way.
The beggars are threatening a victory
Stromal out
point.
for Hulk Smash. So looks like we have double tier 3, so feeling like tier 2 not worth it on this map.
Belongs to the enemy.
Kind of surprises me.
Infantry
Thank
are
you,
standing
Nate.
by to
Appreciate it.
deploy.
You know, there's lots of good spots where the Warble can kind of sit and
Enemies pushing the line.
should just have
Trying to
breakthrough
take one of our
popped
points.
for Ruby, but get chased back here. Still making good use of it, getting a couple of points capped and decapped. Ooh, Pack just slipped by, but Faust should go off. Wow, very close there. Humber should get away now. And might even chase off this Pio, depending on where he chooses to go.
A victory point is being overrun.
Second Gurkha squad for Scotch, so
Anti-tank.
as
We're
anticipated,
losing a victory point.
foregoing Tommy's completely
Victory point
in favor
lost.
of more
The enemy has
infantry.
control.
And these Tommies need to go see a doctor. They've been rocking around with like 30-40% HP for quite a while here. Narrow escape for the Dingo, that small target size
Victory
paying
point
dividends.
under enemy control.
And we've got the on-field heroes, so that's what they're waiting for. And these guys make it. Only one model drops, so success. Meanwhile, though, we do see the Axis taking back a little bit of the
Supplies
map.
aren't making it back to HQ. Lines
Ooh,
cut.
I think Ruby didn't quite see in time. Definitely could have got a Faust off there. Had the pack set up.
Territory lost.
It's a heartbreaking missed opportunity. And we see Hulk Smash withdrawing a bit. Probably pick up this 10 Muni.
Commander, enemy forces hold all victory points.
And no heals for the Axis, it looks like, except for the ones from the Grenadiers. Maybe we'll see half track for they've got 2 buildings that can make half tracks. We've also got the mechanized assault group. Actually, looks like Ruby thinking about mechanized assault group, so maybe that's what we'll see come out. Hulk Smash meanwhile has called in a Fallschirmjäger. I haven't talked about that yet. A rather late pick of Luftwaffe, but should come in handy here against the Gurkha. And Humber, or Giga rather, can say goodbye, being refitted. Vendingo's, I guess, went down. Might have missed that. Not exactly the range these MP40s prefer, but not much they can do about it except hope they get some support, which they are getting. Nice flank from the PGs. Grenade going to be dodged. And, Gurkha wiping this pack, so maybe an opportunity for the Humber to come in, but it's pretty hurt, and there's another pack anyway.
This isn't good. The enemy have the upper hand. Gurkha rifles have been brought up to the front.
Interesting. Not wanting to get triple capped for long, choosing to not finish capping this 10 muni and instead head over to the VP. Definitely good to think about the VPs, especially in a potential Game 3 situation here.
Heavy mortars are available to deploy.
And it's starting to look kind of good for the Allies, or the Axis rather. The Allies losing a bit of momentum here. Feels like maybe critical mass reached in terms of higher tier infantry. Nice early retreat here from Hulk Smash. Not wanting to lose any models on that. And a lot of coverage of mid. Tier 3 coming out, so foot guard soon. And Grant's also being unlocked, so pretty far actually fuel-wise from being able to get the Grant. Ruby done a nice job here contesting this fuel, and it's really slowed down the tech from the Brits here. And especially when you're trying to go Grants, you really need every drop of fuel. Someone could be in danger, but scoots back and gets just out of range. T4 up now for Hulk, and he's got quite a bit of fuel, so might see a Brumbar or P4 pretty soon from him. Ruby, meanwhile, has opted for the Nebula, which is great because look at all these weapons teams they can attack. Breakthrough popped again. Ruby making a strong push in here, while Hulk goes to contest the left side. These foot guards trying to gap close, but a lot of fire on them, especially the Stas, making it hard. Yeah, perhaps, Ray, perhaps. And able to contest this. This 1AT gun kind of has to go back and forth, and it's much easier for the Stummel to do that, so until we see the Grant come out, it's going to be tough for this AT gun to contest mid and side VP. And Ruby continuing to maintain control of this right side. Really good job here, and it's really slowing down the Allies. Feels like this is often on this map, you fight these two separate 1v1s, but if you don't have your fuel, you almost have to say, forget this side, I'm going to come make sure that we have the stuff we need, because if your opponent has their fuel and you don't, you're not gonna win these fights once they start teching up. We've got a P4 out with the MG42 machine gun upgrade coming. And second Stummel, people are really loving these things now.
We're down to 250 points.
Yeah, I agree, Ray. I feel like the mixed Allies games we've seen have been much stronger than the double Brit. I think mixed in general is still stronger. I think mixed Axis is stronger too. We'll have to, someone's going to have to go through the VODs, maybe me, and get some stats for this tournament. Because it'll definitely be interesting to see, if mixed was stronger or not. Yeah, this P4 relatively uncontested. We do have the first vehicle out. Got a Matilda down there, looks like. Yeah, just double Aussie. Really hard to fight the ruins, and you know it's an awkward spot to bring the MG in. Would love to see these double mortars sort of shift to the right and help dislodge Ruby here. Just two separate fights here, and I think that's favoring the Axis right now. And now that the Matilda's here, it's maybe they have a chance. You know, it's just
We're down to 200 points.
just one pack and the Stummel as AT. So we do get a breakthrough here on the left, though, so that feels good. It does not give them a fuel yet, but it does relieve a little bit of VP pressure. And this Fall's getting called in could be in danger. There's a... Oh, they're nice job, though. Called in camo, so not visible. That's very cool, but immediately spotted, looks like. Nebel getting spotted. You know things have started going against you when your Nebelwerfer gets attacked outside of your base. Pretty long front. This is I don't know if I've ever seen a map with this long of a frontier. Ruby continuing to dominate this. I'm really surprised the Matilda hasn't come to try to dislodge this. I mean, yes, there's a Shrek, yes, there's a pack, but Matilda doesn't care about either of those. Matilda don't care.
Our victory point is being overrun.
Oh, sure, Spike. I don't know, guys. What do you think? I figure Allies win rate, Axis win rate, and then the team compositions. So, like, how many times was it double DAC, double US, double wear, mixed, that kind of thing. Yeah, so team win rates and and maybe also like organized by map too, like how many Axis wins there were on each map. That'd be cool too. Yeah, number of times a bomber gonna turn the tide of the game. Maybe just twice. But Loiter's turned a lot of games. So off, if we include off maps, it's like most games.
The beggars are threatening a victory point.
Did you guys just not see it, Smoko? Here we go. Matilda's in the ruins now. That's okay. Smoko shared the clip of me missing the Goliath like 10 times. So this is karma coming back for him with him eating the bombing run. And Matilda not able to push in here, but kind of surprising. It's just the pack now. Ruby wisely backing off, you know, ready for the Matilda to come in and mess him up.
The beggars are threatening a munitions point.
Third Gurkha out, I believe. And finally has the fuel for a Grant. Had to wait a very, very long time. We unlocked the Grant many minutes ago, and only now is it hitting the field. But we do finally get pushed up on the right here. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. This is why you don't stack AT guns, folks. It makes them very easy to drive around. You gotta spread them out. Otherwise, this could be you. Wow, that plane did a little spin. Did you guys see that in the shadow? Barrel roll, baby. And this is a huge swing. We're gonna pick up both, it looks like. And suddenly this Grant's not gonna be that scary with double AT gun facing it. So huge pickup here for Hulk. Nice play. And Scotch probably wishing he had spread out a little bit more. Yeah, perhaps, Ray. Perhaps. You might even say Hulklar destroy Scotch right now.
You have 3 command points available.
Loader's still there.
Damn it!
Look how aggressive this is, too. Hulk, pretty happy to be in the face of the Allies. Casting is purely psychological, Redlings. P4 out now for Ruby, so double tier 4 for the Axis. No Brumbar, though, just stacking up the P4s. Kind of surprising. I feel like Brumbar's been very popular. But, yeah, so it's Indian and Aussie are the two BGs. And we've got, just a reminder, we've got Breakthrough and Luftwaffe. And Luftwaffe coming in clutch. That loiter, man.
Anti-tank weapon and crew on the field.
That's a great idea, Spike. Yeah, good shot. I meant to mention that and then forgot. These are 120 manpower. Because they are minus 37.5%. Someone did some real serious math there to make them what they wanted, I believe, 120. And got them on both of these low points. So not super impactful, but not nothing. Not feeling like they can plant them a little further forward. And Ruby, once again, in the ruins, just dominating the side of the map. This feels like it's made all the difference here. Because it's really slowed down the momentum of the Allies in terms of building up armor. Instead, we've got the Axis, who've got the armor lead. Uh-oh. That's got to be a misclick. Or maybe freeing up Pop is one other thing I can think of. He is at 89, so...
We're losing a munitions point to enemy
Nice push here from Ruby, taking out the mortar. Yeah, it really might be a pop cap throw. But I like this Stummelstun, so kind of surprised.
We have a surplus of command points, Commander.
A lot of action here across Eastern Front. Nice job capping on the left by Scotch in the meantime. Hulk making really aggressive moves here. Trying to take out, looks like the
We're losing a munition. 75
heel
points
truck.
remaining for us.
And just not letting the pressure up. VP's almost gone, and Hulk's just in their face, and Ruby has not left this castle. Lone P4 holding down the literal fort here. A lot of stuff back in base, but doesn't feel like the Allies are really in a position to push back out, and with Hulk grabbing the left VP, all Axis have to do is hold a couple. Yeah, really making Yanko the dirty rascal this game.
Victory point under enemy control.
Officer quarters coming in enough for tier 4. Love to see that. Hold down while repairing. Interesting choice there. I guess maybe just wanting to defend the VP.
Our opponent is in control of all victory points.
Grant coming over here.
Cutting it a bit
Fall's
fine
trying to
here.
soft retreat.
Without
Very
all the
brave.
victory points.
See if the Allies can snatch a VP. They're in mid, but it's going to be tough. This MG is low,
Team has been destroyed.
but lots of other armor options here to dissuade. And here comes the loiter, so they might decap, but don't think they can stay here.
Squad of Gurkhas have been cut down.
We lose one Gurkha on the left, I believe. This Gurkha also wiped. They do pick up the left VP, so stopping the bleed for now, but at what cost? Probably too high of one, I would imagine.
The beggars are threatening a victory point.
Brent picked up by the MP40s there. That Gurkha did take a lot of punishment. And P4 is sort of reaching critical mass here with the packs behind them.
Victory point lost. The enemy has control.
Taking good advantage of this loiter to continue to push up into the middle of the map.
Weapon team has been killed.
MG42 goes down, but doesn't much matter here. I don't see this right VP going over, so...
Our supply line's broken.
I think,
We have sectors isolated
yeah.
out there.
Allies Endurance taking us to a game 3, baby. Not making it easy. And once again, I think, it seems... I think some of the only Axis wins we've seen have been Scotch and Yanko and Hulk Smash and Ruby, so... Could say Allies OP, definitely could be true, but could also be the case that some people just don't know how to play Axis like Hulk and Ruby. Or Scotch and Yanko. So, score is equalized, and we've got a game 3, baby. Against Grants, AAA T-Gun probably the play. Definitely. Perhaps, yeah. Double Brits don't seem to have done as well as mixed. I feel like your power curve is much smoother when you've got both factions. But we've got a game 3, and oh, it's on Pacino. That's what I'm talking about. So we're going to end the tournament the way I like to, on a map I like. We've got, I believe, mixed factions from both teams, which is also beautiful. And let's hope we get a nice competitive game 3, folks. So, also, I want to say big shout out to Ruby, who played these games at like 3 or 4 in the morning or something. So Ruby playing very, very well given the time zone problems. And I did my best to mitigate these, but I couldn't expect people to play all week. So we tried to get the games in early. We couldn't quite get them early enough to save the Asian players from playing late. But Ruby did a really good job, played really well given the relative unfairness of time zones. So shout out to Ruby there. And speaking of Ruby, they're playing Brits again in the South. Hulk Smash on Allies, so mixed here. And we've got Double Dack, actually, to wrap it up. So Scotch and Yanko busting out their Double Dack again. There have been plenty of times Axis have been stronger in team games. If you don't believe that, you're drinking the Kool-Aid, baby. I'm really curious to see what the builds are here. We've got a bike out and a PG out. Meanwhile, we see Double RE, probably Dingo. It's been a very rare game that didn't have a Dingo. And we're once again seeing Hulk bust out his rifles. So it's important to think about the BGs that are available to them. I'm trying to remember what they picked in game 1. It was so long ago now. Well, we'll just have to see. And another PG. We see a lot of PGs when we see this Double Dack. Like 2 PGs from both players usually. Capping this 10 feels good. This civilian making their way off the map. Very wise. It's going to get hectic, lady. Get out of here. Disappears into the mountain. Perhaps some kind of cave dweller. And it's a really good start in terms of capping order for the Axis. Looks like they might get both fuels, which is very nice for them. Exactly, Spike. At least for the time being, Ruby deciding, and I think wisely, not you can't really fight this if your Dingo's up north. So they're committing to capping this side, and gonna play together. They've got their awesome synergy on display yet again, but it does mean they're going to be a little behind on resources, at least in the start. And we've got SSF called in, or rather picked, and a Weasel called in. So that's pretty fun. Pinto mounted 30 cal coming up. It's 1 muni per caliber because it's a 30 muni upgrade and it's 30 cal, so very easy conversion rate there. And buildings positions traded here. Looks like they're going to try to grab the church, which is pretty annoying. Very hard to fight into the church, but we do have a nice push here from Hulk. Hopefully backed up by the Dingo in a bit here once it gets into the fight. And yeah, 1 PG wisely retreated from by Yanko, not wanting to lose any models or any more health. I think it's one of the signs of an experienced player is being willing to just run at the drop of a hat if it's not a fight you can gain anything from. And they are going to take a lot of health damage here, but hopefully we'll see a 250 to mitigate that relatively soon. RE taking losses, as they say, and chasing off these Pios. Surprised not to see them give chase. Maybe thinking about it, realizing, oops, not in time. Maybe microing the Dingo instead. And Flamer's here, but very wounded, so gonna have to be careful with those. Maybe get a Dingo heal rocking. Wants to get a burst off on this church, but well dodged by Scotch. He's gonna just hop out and shoot them from the open, looks like. So good retreat from Ruby to get out of there just in time. And the map has, I was going to say equalized, but looks like slightly in the favor of the Allies enjoyers. Once again showing why they enjoy Allies so much. So Ari's going to get pinched and have to be sent home, but the Dingo's here to back him up, so we'll see if they can stay on the field. Armored support picked for Scotch, so we'll see some loiters if the game goes long enough. And we've got Italian infantry, so prepared positions, guastatory, all that good stuff. Still no BG from Ruby, and as we know, it's SSF from Hulk Smash.
We're losing a victory point to enemy action.
VP staying relatively even so far. Fire support elements coming up for Yanko, so we'll see a flak soon. And no sign of anything yet from
Victory point under enemy control.
Scotch's tier 1. And everyone's converging on the center here, just saying, okay, we've got the sides of the map we want, now let's get this VP, baby. A few good volleys from the deck. Forces here, going to force back this section, but there's heals right here in the form of the dingo, so if he just backs off, he may be able to heal, but doesn't look like he's going to. Perhaps almost expiring. And now it's these low health DAC units that have to be careful. Still no 250 on the field. Perhaps waiting until there's a heal truck, and double flak is the choice. We'll probably just see a call in at 6 minutes. Maybe not liking to build a 250 when you can get one essentially for free.
The beggars are threatening a fuel point.
But in the meantime, it does mean they're going to have to give up some ground. All these really hurt squads, you know, this is why they can't fight. We're seeing all of the PGs getting very low. So, heal truck is going to come. Okay, they're not going to wait and use 250 healing. They're going to do it the classic way. And as soon as the flak gets spotted, the Chaffee gets queued, so they're more than ready for this. Looks like as soon as he had the fuel, Hulk Smash busts out the Chaffee.
Our infantry will be better prepared.
Meanwhile, Ruby's got infantry training and an AT gun. I really like this. Plus, an Indian artillery picked. I feel like we've seen a lot of late training this game, but to me, it's one of the best things you can do as Brits. It gives you so much value with most builds, and lets you start, you know, getting those higher veterancy levels right away. No weapon drops yet from the Weasel. Oh wait, no there. This is probably a weapon drop, isn't it? So one weapon drop from the Weasel, and maybe two. I missed it. Sorry guys. It's the end of a very long day. Looks like we've gotten one MG and one mortar from the Weasel. So nice choice. Really good use of the Weasel there. I feel like, you know, it's one of its strengths past the early game. That and the on-field heals. And things are looking good for Hulk and Ruby. They are dominating much of the map. This Weasel is definitely going to be able to force off this Panzer Pilot and retain control, or, you know, maintain control of this +5 fuel. So we look at the income, 2320 versus 3350. So big resource lead. Engine damage on the Dingo, but should be able to slide out. Now the real danger here is this AT gun's looking a bit exposed. Hopefully Hulk shifts. Thanks, Spike. And helps out here. Although it looks like maybe he doesn't need to. The flak's getting repaired. It's not willing to dive in. These skins are so cool. I really love a lot of these new skins. Look at the detail on that. Cool painting even on the floor of the cab there. PJs should get a volley off. Yeah, nice little bit of damage. Especially since I suspect we have an engineer yet. It's building now, so yeah. Especially before those engineers get built. All damage is good damage. Game's slowing down a bit. Both teams looking at more indirect. We've got the mortar half-track and an LEIG called in. Allies a little behind on the indirect. I wonder if we'll see maybe a mortar pit from the engineer, or if we'll see Ruby Tech to Bishops.
The beggars are threatening a munitions point.
But I do think some indirect is what's needed here.
We have heavy mortar support on the field.
And there it is. Ruby calling in the heavy mortar. That's going to be an on-field reinforced too, which is always very nice. And this flak could catch some AT gun shots. Angle's not quite right yet, but will be soon. This boy squad's going to hit it, and then it has to retreat maybe through the AT gun, so I hope Ruby doesn't move this. Oh, probably needed to keep it maybe more on this side. Still, nice job positioning the boys. If the flak wasn't so devastatingly good at suppressing, that's a kill there. Meanwhile, we're seeing a bit of the, ooh, looks like a mine maybe picks up the flak. That feels really good. You know, Hulk Smash has been struggling to maintain control of the side, but with the flak going down, he should be able to now just kind of overrun with the rifles. I wonder if we'll see bars soon. He does only, oh, he's got 3. He built a new rifle, so yeah, bars coming out.
We have vehicles on standby.
It's ended up being a very even game here after what felt like an Allied favors early game. VP still in the Allies' favor, but a lot of VPs left for both teams. Guastatori called in. They've got their flamethrower cooking. So bars are going to come just in time to prevent the rifles from getting ran over.
Bishop SPGs are ready for construction.
All right. Ruby listening to my casting from the future. Unlocking the bishops. So this very, very weapons team heavy camp going to get destroyed by the bishops potentially. Meanwhile, Chaffee driving in. Going to pick up the MHT. Can it pick up anything else before it goes down? Pack turning, but does not aim correctly. Could it even get out? Ooh, Polston drives in. A little advised there, perhaps a misclick. And the PJs called in should be able to clean up this Chaffee. It does get the final blow there. Artie called in. Meanwhile, this pack is decrewed. Nice pickup here from Ruby. Should be able to kill this pack. That feels really good. And now the Bishop firing too, so I would say a good push there. They did lose the Chaffee, but I think trading the Chaffee is okay at this point because they have such a fuel lead, or they had such a fuel lead. Guasta, though, causing a lot of trouble in mid. I think it is kind of a bummer for the Allies that we saw the Polston and not the on-field heal. We do have heal in base, but actually, really surprisingly, Ruby building the heals. Usually you see the US player build this because it picks up casualties. And instead, it's just plain old heals. What's cooking? AT gun cooking. Transitioning to some standard AT options here. And now the map looking a little bit red.
Damn it! The enemy holds all victory points.
And I thought we had a Bishop built, but I guess it was actually just unlocked, and Ruby has not had the manpower yet to build it. Calling in a Gurkha instead. Feeling a little unfocused. Again, probably just that end of the night thing that I discussed. You know, it's easy to make mistakes. But, yeah, don't know that the Gurkha are really going to cut it here. Flak, still on the field, making this Gurkha really hard to use. Oh, and I said traded for the Flak, but actually it was MHT traded for the Chaffee, which, you know, depending on how much media they have, it could be okay trade, but maybe not ideal. Dingo used very well for scouting here by Ruby. And easy to kite away from the Flak. Nice use of the PJ since there's no vehicles to worry about. Going to send him north in the 250 to fight the rifles. Try to contest this VP.
The beggars are threatening a victory point.
And it feels like the Allies are slowly getting pushed back here. I think in large part due to the indirect advantage. You know, the LAIG doing a lot of work in mid. And without an M8 on the field, it's pretty tough to fight these Guasta. There's not spots where you can really create a big gap between you and the approaching CQB units for the rifles, so do have tier 3 going up now for Ruby, so that'll be a big help. But yeah, I believe unlocked the... Did we cancel the...
Enemy forces hold all victory points.
The Bishop unlock? No, we've got him unlocked. So... Yeah, just having to sit there and take it because they don't have indirect of their own. I mean, one mortar doesn't really cut it. Smoke goes down, going to be used to kite away. Very nice.
You have command points available.
And, yeah, Ruby unlocking the bishops and then not building them is going to slow down the first vehicle by at least a minute or so. And every minute counts in Code 3 with how fast the VPs tick.
A victory point is being overrun.
Heavy mortar up to vet 1, so it's definitely doing its job, but when both teams have indirect and one team has the forward reinforce, actually we've got double forward reinforce. It's more of this really cool skin. It gets pretty hard to stay on the field. Sniper out for Hulk now. That'll help against the Guasta. Each shot going to give a lot of vet and be very expensive.
Armored vehicles are receiving frontline training.
Hulk shifting bot here. It's always hard to know whether you should hold the bot or the top. I think it's pretty up for debate and maybe depends on your comp. Nice pickup there. Assuming the engineers get away. It's a good trade. 3 models for a 250. Sniper beginning its work. Beginning its work.
This isn't good.
There we go.
The enemy have the
Ready in
upper
time.
hand.
Very long on this sniper.
Victory point lost. The enemy has
And
control.
you can just see Scotch kind of a rock here on the left. And not an immovable object. That Ruby continuing to try their best to push him off, but with the mid truck there and careful positioning, not very easy to do.
All victory points are under enemy control.
P3 out, promptly chased away by AT guns, and we do have the Matilda finally. A nice double P3 push. It's not going to do much, but I like the idea behind it. Wasta taking a nice Matilda shot as they try to push in. Might lose some models on retreat here. This is pretty risky. Yeah, loses at least 3. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of the P3 until you have all the upgrades. Actually, I'd like to take a look now at the upgrades for the Axis. Yanko with veteran squad leaders and nothing else. Scotch with combat half tracks and nothing else. So can't agree with that really. And we've got the P-47 anti-infantry loader coming in, so we've got opportunity for a push here. Scotch boldly moving outside of it, trying to hold his ground. He does have the MG here, so not impossible, but pretty risky. He's gonna have to retreat through the loiter now. And if these guys get targeted, oh! All right, I was worried for the Allies, but this, you know, they really doubled one side. They called in the P-47 loiter, and they're cleaning up here. Could see this go down as well. Would love to see the Matilda chase a bit, but gonna let the MG get away. Still, though, big pickups here. I believe Panzerpio and PG lost for Scotch, so he's down to not very much him. Of course, he's replacing them with more P3s, so, you know, not the worst thing. Grenades nicely dodged by Yanko. Gonna have to back off there. A bit too far. Sniper needs to maybe get some more shots off here. Engineer constantly. Every time we check on this man, he's at 1 man. Yeah, I think if you want to go P3s against Brits, you really need to unlock the veteran gunners. Get that extra pen. And maybe go tungsten too. But yeah, P3s are not the counter to the Matilda. The Martyr is, the Flak 88 is. Here we go, we've got the loiter unlocked. Will it get one more pass off? Hard to say in the smoke. Hold fire put on to prevent being spotted, and wow, really close. But good careful play from Ruby keeps that Matilda alive, at least for now. Still, despite a good allied push and some retention of the map in the south, it's still looking like Axis's map to lose. But all that said, you know, I think spamming P3s is a good way to do it. Because once the grants start to hit, you know, especially if we start to see some heavier weapons from Hulk, maybe some Hellcats, it's going to be tough. Tungsten only affects penetration as far as I know. Does not affect accuracy. It used to give damage, but no longer. Okay, this is pretty big. Now, this is the most recent rifle, right? It has no vet, so losing this doesn't hurt as much as losing other rifles, but it's still losing a rifle, so you obviously don't want to do that. Gurkha coming into mid, getting met by the P3. They need some anti-tank to back them up here. Hulk, meanwhile, shifting top since they've got bot. But it looks like they may just give up bot for this. But that's okay. I think, it's okay to move back and forth if you're the one who's mobile. But that said, I feel like the Dax got the more mobile army, so it doesn't really benefit the allies to move around so much, given that they're relying on double AT gun for their AT. But we'll see how it works out for him. Maybe Ruby can shift mid. Or maybe Ruby can hold on here, but I'd be a little worried about getting double teamed, spreading out this much. See how it goes for him. Some people like getting double teamed, right? This MG again is very lucky to escape. I feel like second time now. This 34. Oh, there we go. Caster Curse, its luck ran out. I'm curious if we'll see this get picked up. There are still a couple of infantry squads left, but these P3s trying to sneak around the back of the Matilda maybe. But Ruby notices, and he's ready to face the front armor that way. AT guns are here, so it needs to get them down by the Matilda, but yeah, nice job there. And Hulk, meanwhile, in what looks like a pretty tight fight against Yanko.
Territory. Proximity alarm near our victory point.
And lining up a shot here. Let's see how this goes with the first whiz-bang rockets. Might be too far. Yeah, so not a great first barrage.
Victory point under enemy control.
Ruby is going to grab the middle VP, though, or at least decap it, and maintains control of bots, so... Allies desperately need to keep the VP pressure up, as they're getting sub 200 here. P3 train coming in. Looking for the whiz-bang, maybe? No, they're going to team up on the Matilda. But double AT gun from Ruby right there in the nick of time, and... Actually... Yeah, P3 goes down, so unfortunate there. I think we needed to see Panzerstorm. And if you're going to make that push like that, might as well use all the tools at your disposal. Ruby unlocking grants in the meantime, and definitely has the fuel for one, so once the manpower is there, the grant will be there. And this feels like a pretty tight game at this point. I kind of favor the allies, given that we've invested so heavily into P3s. They're just not going to scale as well as the tanks the allies can build, but it's close. And the VPs do still favor Scotch and Soda, which is a great drink, by the way. One of my favorite drinks. So shout out to Scotch and Soda for having great taste. That's my go-to at anytime there's an open bar. Scotch and Soda, baby. Look how green these guys are. What a cool skin. Really just a nice color uniform. Nice use of the smoke here to deny the sniper, which in turn means they cannot deny the VP. Okay, there it is. We got veteran gunner. So wanted to go straight to the Stuke anti-tank loiter, but got veteran gunners. So maple syrup by itself, Rudy. Got a sweet tooth, huh? Smoke's gone though now, so sniper can move back up.
Our victory point is being neutralized by the enemy. Proximity alarm.
And I like this choice here. Ruby, kind of shifting a little mid to protect the vulnerable whiz-bang and the Matilda. And yeah, I think they want to play together here. The P3s are so mobile that the AT guns just can't move around that much. Got a nice push in here from Yanko. I like the combined arms here. He's pushing with everything all together. Most of his army, really. And Ruby, in the meanwhile, looking to apply some pressure bot, but the P3s are there, so you're going to have to get out of there. Glucose for 420, huh? Alright, I like that. Don't want to get too tired. We've got triple P3 now for Scotch. Really stacking them up. I'm going to lose my freaking mind if I come over here and I see no upgrades. Okay, I'm okay. I'm okay. I'd love to see smoke on these. They get more health. Would love to see emergency repairs. They get more health. Would love to see the vehicle capping. They get more speed and rotation. Still, despite me making fun of their lack of upgrades, it's not stopping them from beginning to pinch this. And oh man, this is scary. This loiter means that these P3s can just rush in here. Whizbang in serious trouble. Matilda's going to eat another pass and be out of the fight. And ooh, they're clumping up here. There's a serious blitz happening. No Panzerstorm, but don't need it. Whizbang very lucky to survive, but still, this is going to remove wipe away the last vestiges of map control that the Allies had. I feel like they're in a pretty good position, but the loiter just really chasing him off, and you know, the complete lack of tanks from Hulk Smash means he's pretty vulnerable to a push. He is getting a Hellcat now, finally, but only after losing both AT guns. One's down here. Looks like Ruby might have grabbed the other one. Or no, that's Ruby's AT gun, so not sure where the other AT gun went. It is Dunzo, though. And uh-oh. This is, I believe, the Obiche barrage. This could be really bad. Ruby doing a good job moving, but even though moving almost right away, still going to lose at least one AT gun. This AT gun gets destroyed meanwhile, so it looks like Scotch and Soda toss their drink to the side and just going hard. Okay, here we go. We do have emergency repairs now. Waited till it was an emergency. Got a Hellcat out now. This sniper's still on the field doing damage, but doesn't feel like it's done quite enough.
The capture point is being taken from us.
VP's starting to look a little dire for the Allies' enjoyers. But I wouldn't count them out yet. I mean, if you guys saw Game 1, they stayed on 20 VPs for a very, very long time. So I have faith. I have faith in Hulk and Ruby. They're awesome players, and if anyone can pull it out, it's them. 75 to 73, pop, 68 to 82. So not the most insurmountable of leads. And again, the grants scale better than the P3s, I feel like. So if we can get another grant going. We've also got the volunteer infantry, which is incredible scaling, and a ton of muni for Ruby. So we could see a good perimeter monitor in the next push. We could see some off-map air bursts. I really hope Ruby finds a way. Maybe a war cry. Would love Ruby to find a way to use these muni before too long. Get another AT gun. I'd love to see another grant instead. There's really not that many packs left, so yeah, they're committing top now. And here we go. We've got the perimeter monitor going off. Truck goes down. Problem with perimeter monitor is it's not very good at shooting P3s. Might even end up hurting these Gurkha here. Yeah, this is a tough retreat. Definitely going to go down here. Yeah, brutal P3 flank. They really committed hard to top, and now I'd love to see Scotch move his front line a little bit more to support his P3 push, but there is perimeter monitor, so maybe playing it safe. And the Allies looking a little desperate here, the way they're pushing in. Don't really have vision here to do this, but they're making a play for it. And nice move here does end up giving them the LAIG, so their sort of brave push is rewarded, at least for now. Hellcat getting a nice flanking shot on the P3, and they kept him MVP, so I thought maybe overly aggressive here, but so far so good. We need to get this Grant out of here. These P3s are in a flanking position, and they can't afford any armor losses at this point. Yeah, Grant goes down. Maybe just needing to end this game so Ruby can go to bed. Another loiter coming in. This Matilda damaged engine. It may not be able to get out of here. Might want to pop recall and refit, but don't know if it'll make it. Actually, with the smoke dodging the loiter, and And looks like it's not targeting anything else just yet, surprisingly. Would think it would be shooting this whiz-bang. There we go. P3 trying to... Oh, drops the rocket launchers to fight this P3. Okay, off-map airburst. So Ruby doing a good job using their Muni. Although airburst dodged relatively easily. And the Loiter do give the Axis some breathing room, but does not give them much else. Interested to see if they can take this top VP. We're at a point here where every VP matters, and actually, with these tanks so low, the Loiter may have done enough damage that it just gives them the space they need to cap the VPs and end the game.
Points remaining. Say again. 300 points remaining. 3 command points are available. We have a battle group awaiting use. Panzer III is awaiting
Top
orders.
VP going over. Mid VP contested, but who knows for how long. Looks like not a lot of imp here. Don't know if I doubt we've got the vehicle upgrade. Scotch seems to hate upgrades, so I doubt we'll see that one. And another P3 flank. I guess sensing some low health units here. Yeah, the Sherman goes down. They'll probably be able to escape. I don't think this Hellcat can really chase. And ooh, the double Stug Colin. So yeah, might catch these Hellcats on the flank potentially. Nice use of smoke. Hellcat's gonna get one more shot off, but not enough. Second Hellcat does clean him up, but so far it's a trade. I'm 1-for-1. Stug's looking to support this other P3, but
No communication from our Panzer III.
nice coordination here. We've got all the P3s coming in. And they're looking to close this game out with the Stugs in support. Matilda's very low. Hellcat's going to get targeted now. Stug's looking for a target.
A Panzer III has been
Another Panzer III goes down, but the Matilda's soon to follow. And it's looking dire now for the Allies for sure. Yeah, triple cap. Don't see any way for them to come back into this. Really great effort from the Allies Enjoyers. They've enjoyed their last allies here. And against P3 spam too, which I kind of can't believe. 70 penny. I'm really surprised not to see more grants. 200 fuel for Ruby. Again, I think any potential misplay from Ruby, you have to factor in the time difference here. Yeah, hopefully they had fun. And so Scotch and Soda take third place with Allies Enjoyers ending up fourth. So very well played to both teams. Take a look at the stats real quick, and then I'm gonna go lie down. Yeah, Hulk Smash had a hard time this game, I think, a little bit, and really nice coordination. Great effort from both teams. I think everybody in this tournament played fantastic.